think there's a huge world out there full of creatives. You get all these inner city urban kids together and you create a movement like Krump. People live for stuff like that. Whether it's dance, whether it's drawing, whether it's painting, whatever it is, like being a creative, you're never too young, you're never too old to be a creative. My name is Quinnell Dixon. Dance entered my life in 2006. Something to kind of get a community together and really express ourselves. What drew me to dance was my cousin Foolish. It was a Krump DVD that my cousin was in, and it was showing Krump and what Krump was when it first started. Krump for me, when I saw it, man, I loved it, and it resonated with me because it was raw. But Krump is so dynamic and so different because it's not easy to do Krump. It's not easy to hit hard. It's not easy to be precise. It's not easy to remember material, to remember kill-offs, to remember hat moves, to remember shirt moves, to remember shoe moves. Like, this stuff is hard to do. And on top of that, still stay raw. Krump does something to where it releases, I think, a lot of those worries and a lot of those cares. Like, you have a community, you have a culture where you get all these ghetto kids together, you get all these inner city urban kids together, and you create a movement like Krump. People live for stuff like that. So I met some dancers, and I met a team from Nicaragua, Jed and Liz Bryant, and as soon as I met their dancers, I absolutely just fell in love with what they did. I could just see the passion, I could see the drive, I could see all of that within the first 20 seconds of meeting them. I actually met them in Vista, California at a church, and it wasn't even intentional. But my hope will never One of the best, I think, decisions that I've made as an artist, because I got to see a group of dancers that are not from the US, that don't come from a lot of money, that don't come from a lot of wealth. They come from inner city, and that resonated with me because that's where I come from. Inner city. Theirs is on a different extreme level. They're in a third world country, meaning you eat when you eat. Meaning you get money however you get money. Meaning you have 6-year-old girls raising their 2-year-old brothers. Like, it's nuts and it's gnarly, the situations and the lifestyles that they have. And my heart just went out to that immediately upon first glance and first seeing them. It was important for me to go to Nicaragua because even before I went there, I wanted to be there, if that makes any sense. Like, when I met these kids, I got super excited and I said, I want to build a dance studio in Nicaragua before I even been. And I think I needed to see the culture, understand the culture, be submerged in the culture to understand what it is, one, I was getting myself into, two, what it is that I wanted to financially give to, and three, live how they lived, sleep where they slept, walk how they walked. Like, I wanted to understand the culture, and I wanted to see for myself the need there in Nica. Nicaragua, there was this event where all styles came together. You had b-boys, you had poppers, you had trickers, you had crumpers. And to see the fusion of all these styles together was great because people were there just to have a good time. I mean, we were on a stage outside in the middle of Nicaragua with graffiti everywhere, basketball courts. Insane. I felt like I jumped into a movie.
This here feels like the whole entire world collapse. Bust the rhyme now, MP now. What you want now? What you want now? What you want now? What you want now?
And to see that people can just commune together outside without having to put up flyers, without having to tell everybody on Facebook about it. Like, just to see the community come together and express the art was so great. I think having a dance studio or a place to gather in Nicaragua would be huge. Not just for the city and the dancers, but I think it'd be huge for the entire community and the country. They don't even know what a typical dance studio looks like. They're like 4 walls. What do you mean? And mirrors? Oh my gosh, it's the craziest idea to them.
Yeah.
We appreciate this culture because we're artists as well.
Nosotros apreciamos esta cultura porque somos también artistas.
This culture is actually better than ours. This is way cooler than our culture actually back in the States.
Esta cultura aquí en Nicaragua es más funny que la cultura que tenemos en Estados Unidos.
We want to invest financially and artistically in the culture.
Y quieren ayudar a la cultura de hip hop en Nicaragua con dinero y con el baile.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest things. I want to create a community that loves the art that they do. A community that loves the style that they do, a community that loves other styles that are present. And I think that's the biggest thing that I want to build in Nika is a safe haven and a community and a presence of togetherness and unity. I think there's a huge world out there full of creatives, whether it's dance, whether it's drawing, whether it's painting, whatever it is. Like, being a creative, you're never too young, you're never too old to be a creative, right? Like, you have people that will start mentally, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. And they never put it on wax, they never get it out there. And that's essentially the road to average again. And then there's people that are on the road to awesome, that they try things, that they take creative risks, that they're creatives themselves, that they fail at 150 things before they get one thing right. Like, I want to know that my life had purpose and fulfilling. And I think being a creative, you'll know exactly how to fulfill your purpose because you've already tested these things. So to the creatives out there, stay creative, stay artistic, continue to grow and learn in what you love and what you desire as a passion, and whatever type of form that you do, and whatever creative form that you have, you can do it forever.